What's up, everyone? September the 30th. Yeah, just heading out of work, finishing the stone pillar. I'll probably put a picture up right now, but it's mainly done. We're just filling the joints on the top flagstone that we added to the pillar. Top it off. And later, I'm gonna come back and pick up all the extra stone, extra leftover material that's there. Just keep cleaning it up, keep the worksite all pristine. It ended up being a nice day. It was cloudy as heck. Rained terribly last night, kind of slowed me down, but we're all done. Thank God the job was already almost complete. And today we'll finish it up. I wanted to talk about the debate last night. Man, if anything was inspiring, that debate's pretty inspiring, guys. I don't know how you guys don't have confidence in this country when we had two professionals on that stage just lay out detailed policy agendas and not get into any arguments or any petty discussions. Oh my God. I wish it was like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. It was horrendous. It was a shit show from both sides. Okay, not both sides. Clearly, our current president was just bickering, just kind of complaining like a little kid, more than anything. And Biden was kind of just outshouted, I guess you could say, because he never got his point across. I don't think anyone really got any bonus points from this, or any bump from this debate. If anything, we'll see what the polls say, but right now it's only 10-20. I haven't checked on any polls, but man, the moderator Chris Hayes, jeez, they ran over him during that debate. If I felt bad for anyone, it's him. How could you? I haven't been around for too long. I haven't been watching this political game since for that long, since 2015 is when I started to watch. But from the ones I've seen and how I imagined it'd be, this was one of the worst debates ever. Neither one of them got a good, neither one of them got on a roll. At some point, Biden was just being talked over. He had, vague platitudes and ideas for good things against bad things kind of thing. Nothing really detailed. Again, he shit on Bernie and saying he's not really for any of his ideas or the Green New Deal, apparently. I thought he was with that for a bit. The Bernie Sanders task force brought that up, but it was just vague. It was just kind of vague. He didn't say anything specific. One of the things that was clearly rehearsed and clearly he was kind of overcoached Biden, was when he was kind of talking about Corona, and then said, "I care about the American people," and looked dead into the camera as if he was looking at me. I don't know if that's I can see that landing with older people, but I definitely didn't come off as genuine. He was kind of slow, kind of grandpa-ish. He didn't stumble on any of his words like most people were predicting. But it was nothing really concise. Aside from the social movement, he was pretty on point when it came to, social justice issues. When it came down to defunding the police, he's for adding funding to the police, adding psychologists to go in serious situations to prevent any inequality from happening during the police encounter, or any abuse, actually. So that's something. That was at least a good policy agenda. See how he implements it. See if he actually follows through. But mainly, it was just kind of vague. I wish it was more detailed stuff. And when it came to the economy, he was kind of getting at Trump for saying that there's X number of companies that are paying zero in taxes. Like ExxonMobil, for example. But Trump had a good counter to that by saying that Exxon was also paying zero profit under your administration. So he had some good points too, but I don't know if anyone's really paying attention to that because it was kind of bickering. So I don't think anyone really got anything from this. People who were paying attention could see that. I mean, he had some decent points. Oh, another good point from Biden was that he wanted to go back into the Paris Climate Agreement, trying to slow down climate change, which is great. We want to do that. I'm definitely for that. Green New Deal, as we were talking about just a moment ago, is definitely an agenda I want to follow and execute. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't too good. It wasn't too policy oriented. I think Biden just needed to just hold his cool as much as he could, and I think it's gonna land with most adults. Because when you have a kid on stage, you just want an adult in the room. And I guess if Trump was doing that from the beginning during this whole pandemic, he probably would have had wouldn't have lost so much support. I don't know, just from those fringe people, those people who aren't too far right or too far gone, really. Because we all know that Trump's base is it's just gonna follow him no matter what. At this point, they're not gonna convert. Logic and reasoning. If they don't have any fact-based opinions, then there's no switching them. If it's all emotional, then it's hard to convey emotion to people who aren't gonna listen to reason. But that's the point, and I get it. They're strong. They feel strongly towards something, and they'll support it. It's usually best if you can have facts or statistics or numbers, something provable to back up your issue, back up your opinion. Of course, we're just kind of stuck and we'll be in a rut for a little bit. The fact that Trump hasn't paid any taxes since 2016, he got elected. What was it? Well, he only paid $750 and nothing for a decade. I'm surprised it didn't get brought up a lot more than it did. However, I mean, that's just the system. That's just the system as is. And Biden let that stuff go during his administration. Obama, if anything, they were getting kickbacks from those companies for giving them subsidies, government contracts. So who knows? That's why I'm not really excited about either or. I don't even know what to do. Am I excited to go vote? The debate definitely didn't help. Do I want to? I don't want to be one of those people that doesn't vote, but I don't want to have my vote counted towards Democrats so that they can just assume they have my vote. And the fact that they're shitting on us, people like me, or people in the same kind of position where they don't want to, they definitely don't support Trump, but they really dislike Biden, but they don't want to vote. They don't want to not vote. They just assume we're going to vote for them. Do I want to vote for third party? No, because I don't even know who the guy is or whoever the person is. Guy, woman. What are we doing? I don't know. We gotta stick around and find out. But that was only part one. There's two more debates. Another one with Kamala and Pence coming on. I wish I could say more, but really, Trump just interrupted Biden the whole time. Didn't get any. I don't think he went through one segment with his full 2 minutes. I know Biden let Trump talk because he's an adult, but Trump couldn't reciprocate. It wasn't mutual. It was just all him, I guess. And even then, he was just lying. There were some facts that Biden was spitting out saying that Trump said weren't true, like, what was it? That he wanted to drop a nuke on the hurricanes to prevent them from landing on American soil, which is kind of hilarious. And he straight up denied it. There were reports about it. Also, the same thing with the bleach. I think he just wanted people to inject bleach into their bloodstream to be able to kill the virus. I remember the one where it was just about UV light. Trump was actually questioning if we can get the UV light inside our bodies to kill the virus. And of course, Trump said wrong, fake news, all that good stuff. Usual, classics. Man, the country's gonna Biden pretty much. I don't think it shifted the polls enough for anyone to get a significant boost from it. But so we're kind of just at where we were before, and I think Biden is still 7 points up. Probably still be 7 points up after the debate. And from right now, it's still looking like he's gonna win. But anything can happen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in this country. Do I want there to be a peaceful transition to power? Of course. Of course. Will there be, like I said, Trump supporters? They're diehards. If it's not based on a fact or any objective numbers, then they might not accept the results of of the election, because it's all mail-in ballots. I think they have until the 3rd to submit them, but if you postmark by the 3rd, but they gotta be in and counted by the 10th of November. So obviously we're gonna have one result on election day for people who actually go out and vote, and then we're gonna have a shift in the vote count for one candidate or the other, depending on how these mail-in ballots roll in. And that's when we're kind of gonna see what happens. That's what we're really waiting for. What is that, like a month and a half? A little bit away from happening. I mean, New York's going to go blue, my home state. No doubt, no doubt. That's why I have the benefit of being able of not necessarily voting Democratic. I wish I could be an independent, but I can't vote in the primaries. If I wasn't aligned with other Democrats, where are we going from here? Man, there's just a lot of fucked up things in the system. Shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Biden said he would, equally support whoever the Democratically elected president would be, which is fine. I don't think we've ever had an issue like this before. Who knows? I don't think he's just been all talk about everything. I don't think he's actually pushed for anything radical on his own, Trump. So I don't think it's gonna be that bad. He might just have to leave. Just end up leaving. Going down as one of the worst presidents in modern history. It's really funny. And sad. Well, so I don't know. If I was in a swing state, then I would definitely hesitate to vote third party. Yeah, I would have to stick with blue because I mean, I don't give a terrible president any shot. But Biden, you haven't earned my vote at all. You have given me, I don't know, I think we're just too skewed, too off from, what's it called, the outcomes. The Overton window really shifted drastically to the right. Trump pretty much undid everything Obama did and went further beyond. And our only hope is to go back to where he was, incrementally. And that's how it's been, and that's what I really hate. I wish we could go further. I wish we can actually give universal public college, address climate change at a higher regard, treat like a World War II level threat because we don't have that much time anymore. Then what was it? Implement a progressive tax system. He's not raising taxes. He promised he wouldn't raise taxes for people making over $100,000 or less. I mean, that's great and all, but $400,000 is already a big chunk. And either way, even if he does raise the taxes higher, there are already people like Trump or other wealthier people that only pay $750. So there's clearly a flawed system in place right now. So raising taxes alone isn't enough. We gotta tackle the estate tax, implement that implement that at a higher rate. Capital gains tax at a higher rate. So, I mean, Trump kept getting money from somewhere. Income-wise, I guess he paid nothing. Fine, it is what it is. But there are other avenues where we can approach these issues, and just raising taxes alone isn't enough. Gotta go into the system, figure out what we can do, what avenues can we take, what other taxes can we implement to have an equal distribution of wealth, to proportional balance of taxes paid depending on our income or our wealth status. Because right now, a majority of people aren't paying. I've paid more in taxes this year than he's paid in a decade. And he's touting himself as a billionaire, and it's really sad. There are firefighters, there are police officers, sadly, that need to be reorganized. But anyways, that's not the point. EMS workers and government employees that were laid off or that need, or government projects that need to get funded, and who's gonna pay? Us more. And all during these bailouts, what happened? Who paid? Was it the billionaires and the millionaires that paid? No, it was the middle class, the lower class that had to pay all the bailouts. Those $1 trillion they threw into the stock market. It was us, or it was the government that's gonna have to pay it back. And then they're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to charge us higher taxes to pay them back. And we don't have anything. We don't have a universal basic income to at least say we're set and we can afford those taxes. That they're going for something we want. No, they're going to the military industrial complex and other projects that we don't even consider reorganizing. Besides taking away Social Security and Medicare, apparently that's one of the things that's where we have to lower our budget for. We can cut spending on that stuff, and then the VA, of course, those people who've given up their lives, giving up their families in order to save and keep America free. We have to cut their spending, according to Republicans or people in Congress. I don't know why those are the only things that always have to get cut, but never the military industrial complex, never government spending on new military equipment when we already have the largest military out of the top 7 countries combined. So even if we cut it in half, we would still be spending more than all of them. Yeah. But the only hope we have, and the only thing we should do, is to make our vote count. Do what you can to get your candidates out to vote. I mean, yeah, get them in office. Presidency-wise, that's not changing right now in this situation. What we can do is keep choosing the progressive candidates moving forward. In my district, it's Mondaire Jones, so I'm going to have to vote for Mondaire Jones for congressional representative of my county and the other county next door that he represents. And he's for Medicare for all, and he's for free public college, and I think Bernie Sanders endorsed him. So yeah, that's how we do it. We work our way up to that till we get those ideas kind of in the public mindset with enough candidates in Congress, and then once it becomes normalized, we actually push for them, we get them implemented, we get more ears and more people out there spreading the word, and then it becomes normal, and then we have a strong candidate with a good base to be able to enforce those ideas and get those policy agendas in place. Because right now Biden's not changing. He's a dinosaur. He was kind of slow during that debate. And he's not changing. He kind of just shitted on Bernie Sanders' idea, calling him a radical Marxist when he's a democratic socialist. Let's get that clear. Democratic socialist. So, yeah, hopefully Bernie Sanders lit a fire under a lot of people, and lit a fire under me, and we'll see. I have nothing but hope for this country because it can only happen here. And I want to see this country get better. I love it too much to let it fall down, let it be in chaos like it is right now. It's really sad, but we're doing our best to learn from it, get better, and move forward. So thank you for listening to my rant. I really appreciate it. Thank you for enduring all that. And let's see how this goes. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how our candidates, get into office. How many? So stick around, go out and vote, do your civic duty, and make some time. It's worth the effort. Okay, don't forget to register. I think there's still time, so do that. Okay, take care, everyone.